start streaming, and now we wait. So the microphone is admittedly really low. I've been watching back some of the last two streams, and the sound is really low. So we're gonna have to fix that real fast, guys. Give me a moment. Give me uno moment, please. Here, can I disable? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now it's not like freaking you guys out. Mic filters. Can I do a? Is it gain? It might get really loud, and if so, I apologize. Oh, no, okay. It's adjustable. Now, in DaVinci Resolve, it sounded good once I had raised it by 15 decibels, so I think I'm going to try that again. Might be a little bit overkill on the on OBS. Oh, hi, Frag. Oh, you're here. You're my first victim. Tell me, does the mic sound louder? Like, is it better now? Because it has been really low. Oh, that's blurring over the red. Also, I'm sorry if I'm blowing your eardrums out right now. It's a new mic, so the settings from the old Snowball doesn't work anymore. Actually, I think I could listen to it myself if I did this. It has been really low. Oh, that's blurring over the red. Actually, that's not bad. Blowing your eardrums out right now. That's pretty good, right? You like that? I like that. It's a new mic, so the yeah, that sounds good. You want it to be like you want to sound as if you're in the room with them whenever you're at half volume. I think I could listen to it. There's a bit of static now, but could be worse. Should I put a gain on the desktop audio as well so it is equally loud? Nah, we'll just raise it a little. Okay, so we're doing a VOD review for A Man's Aim. It's going to be very brief. He's probably not even in the stream yet, but we're just going to get it over and done with so you can watch the VOD anyways. He can go back and watch it. We're going to watch him do a deathmatch. And we're going to attempt to look for errors in his aim, you know? So we're going to take notes of where he makes mistakes, like how he's whiffing and stuff, the problems he has, how he can work on it, and then we're going to open up Kovacs and make a routine for him. And I'm going to try to make it like a 20-minute long routine. Hopefully this is like a maximum 30-minute long live stream, because Septic's getting on in a little bit and he wanted to 5-stack with me. I have come to the realization that my ability to play Haven is non-existent. I cannot play Haven. I'm currently 1-4 on Haven. One win, 4 losses. It is my worst map. The second worst map being Lotus, but I think that's everyone's worst map right now. But good God, my Haven sucks. It used to be so good. Killjoy's so much easier on Haven. The Omen Astra, I haven't figured it out yet. And I think it's because my defense is weak. I don't know how to take map control yet. Well, we'll probably do more VOD reviews for Haven in the coming days just because of that. But let's focus on this for now. We have the audio turned off on his stream because he swears a lot more than I would prefer. Okay, so we're starting off. Is there a rewind? Oh, there is. Uh-huh. Well, I mean, he got the kill. Firstly, cleaner, micro, adjustments. I also despise Lotus right now. I don't know who to play on that map. Am I supposed to play Astra? Am I supposed to play Viper? I don't know who to play right now. There's like no VODs of any pros playing it because everyone's just dodging it. Stop. Quick. That's not how you spell that. Quick switching. Unbind, knife, and pistol in DM. That he died to quick switching there, and the whiff on Killjoy was the inability to adjust to a moving target. So we're just gonna put down poor small dynamic clicking. That should work. Okay. Speaking of Lotus, we're watching a Lotus deathmatch. That was okay. A lot of movement in his aim. It's like yay, you know. Deathmatch hasn't even started yet, and we already have like 3 notes. I remember watching this live. It's a really long deathmatch. Okay, those are both good kills. I'm upset with that. The major problem is quick switching, and it's driving me crazy. Okay. Recommended sense in DPI? It depends. Because I don't have one. Like, I'll show you in a little bit whenever we're in Kovacs. I play on like 6 different sensitivities. The human body is meant to adapt, right? So it doesn't really matter what you're using. Eventually, you're going to adapt. It's your raw like mechanical skill, like the hours you've spent aim training and whatnot. That's what matters. If you change your sense drastically, after about an hour, you'll have adapted and you'll be able to aim as you were before. So sense and DPI don't really matter as long as it's not ridiculously high where it's only fingertip, and as long as it's not super low where it's entirely arm motion. Because there is a fair balance between like 60 and 30 centimeters per 360 is a good range for this game. That was unfortunate. Got kind of a. This isn't as big of an issue, but it can be ironed out with static clicking. Shooting before we are sure we are on the target is a bit of a problem he has. Also, I pointed this out during his stream, but look at this. You see the outline on the enemy? That's red, right? His crosshair is also red. Don't have same color crosshair and outlines. I wish he had the movement thing on, the movement error thing. Hang on, I wanna watch that back. We're gonna go into slow motion. Speed. Okay, we went back a little too far, but it's okay. We'll get there eventually. Does it go back in increments of like 5 seconds? I think it does. Yeah, so at first it looked like he didn't adjust at all, but no, it's just a really bad adjustment. So the note from earlier works. It still applies. He's got bad micro adjustments. I want to know what his grip is, if it allows fingertip motion. No, I could go into like I think they call it gun hygiene or whatever, where like if you're within 2 inches of a guy, you should just spray and pray and start running and make yourself a hard target. But I feel like it's a bad practice, but it is ideal movement for this video game. So I guess I could write the note on practice better gun control. This is by range. If they are super close, you should be run and gunning them and trying to be as hard to hit as possible. I put a period there. None of the others had periods. I suck. Oh, there's like an error with how he's clearing these corners. Imagine, hold on, I need to pause. Imagine there was someone in either of these spots, right? He's not going to kill them. Firstly, the crosshair placement's bad. Secondly, he's moving the whole time, so the guy's just going to click him while he's moving. He's not going to be able to react because he's so far out in the open. I mean, you're not clearing corners perfectly in a deathmatch, but what's the point in deathmatching if you're not practicing like perfect mechanics for comp? And there's the quick switching again. You see that's kind of what I was talking about. There's like no pre-aim, which makes sense. It's a new map, but like you should at least try to pre-aim. And you're out so wide because you're not breaking the angles apart. That's why he's able to kill you so easily, because you're out for so long before you actually realize he's there. Yeah, you're gonna get shot in the back. Yeah, that's a long angle they spawn in. Let's put down focus on clearing angles properly in DM. Okay. You still in school or not? I graduated last year. I'm going into college later this year. I turned 18 this month. It's kind of like a little note for that angle hold. It's whenever you cannot hear the angle, hold wide as if they are gonna swing wide. Just a general rule of thumb. If you can't hear the angle, hold as if they're gonna swing wide. It'll help you get more kills. Well, hold on. I was looking down at chat. That's the bad macro adjustments again. Also, he had Peeker's advantage. I think we need to... I don't know if it's a problem entirely. Oh, it is a problem. Okay. So, let's see. Adjusting onto strafing targets, which is like a problem for 99% of the Valorant player base. See, like there it is again. That was quick switching that killed him again. He sucks at clearing angles. I thought his deathmatch took so long because he just stood on site the whole thing. It's adjusting to a strafing target and not shooting when you know you're on the target. Strafing targets again. And another strafing targets. You may also have a movement issue. Hold on, let's focus on movement for a second. Ooh, that's one we can fix pretty easily. That at aiming at close, fast targets needs to work on movement when in gunfights. Gunfights. A plus D spam and sidestepping. That's a good hold. That's the inability to adjust the strafing targets. That's a bad pre-aim. I guess not a bad pre-aim, just bad reaction time, bad angle advantage. That's the fast-moving close targets again. Yeah, that's bad macro adjustments, can't adjust the strafing targets. Shot before he knew he was on target. I think we've nailed his issues. Quick switching, got him killed again. It's definitely a positioning issue, but once more, this is not a fair deathmatch to VOD review. No one's played this map long enough to know what's going on yet. That was pretty good. And you see there, he strafed perfectly. So maybe he doesn't. Maybe he just needs to consciously do it more. Like, to be fair, both targets were standing perfectly still. Yeah, I do still live with him, Frag. Kahula would probably be in here if he knew I was live, but he's probably doing something else right now. I haven't told anyone that I've been streaming again. Oh, the deathmatch is over. Okay. I think we summarized his issues. There's quite a few of them. Here's what I'm gonna wait and see for the delay to catch up and see if Kovacs appears or not for you guys. If not, we'll put it in a game capture instead. Did it pop up? It looks like a black screen to me. Oh no, it pops up. Okay, it just takes a little bit. All good. Cleaner micro adjustments. So here's what we're gonna create new playlist online. Where is it? New playlist 2. Edit. Stick man 001 by okay. We'll go ahead and save it so the name gets saved. So the first thing on the list is cleaner micro adjustments. I like to start my playlists off with like fundamental training, so that's exactly what we'll do here as well. He's got to make sure he's on target. That's one of the problems. So here, okay. Here, let's just put all the scenarios in and we'll organize them after. Cleaner macro adjustments, raw mouse control. Raw mouse control, clicking three small targets. We'll do that. This was the really small one, right? Yeah, that'll be good enough. My sense feels so fast on here right now. Yeah, it's 45 centimeters per 360. It's normal. Guess it's because I've got so many frames compared to normal one here. I'm used to really low frame rates. Where did it go? Stickman 001. Okay, so that's his micro adjustment playlist. What else here? We'll delete cleaner micro adjustments as we go down the list. Quick switching, can't fix that in Kovacs. Poor small dynamic clicking. Let's take a look at my playlist. Passive horizontal speed hard. If y'all want to copy the code and use it, you can, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's better you make a playlist for yourself because this playlist is catered to my issues. Now, Stickman, whenever you're watching the VOD of this might be a really hard scenario at first, but you'll get used to it. It's better you start with the really hard version of it because the other ones, they're all really big targets, and that's bad training for you. It's like playing grid shot when you're trying to hit small targets. They're never going to be hitting targets that big. Should be fine. You'll be all right. I believe in you. Let's see. Poor small dynamic clicking. Also, Stickman, the method to go about these, you want to be smooth, like when going between targets on raw mass control. You want to make sure you have a grip that you can use your fingers with, and you want to only be using your fingers to aim this. You want to lock your wrist down and only use your fingers to play this scenario. And on pass through horizontal speed, ideally, you want to flick to the target, adjust onto the target, and click like you would do in static, but that's really hard to do. So you can try to flick in front of them. That's how Tens does it. I've done VOD reviews of Tens' aim in the past. He flicks in front of targets typically. All I'm saying is do any technique you want apart from tracking the target. If like here, let me show you what I mean. I'm also really bad at this. If you find yourself like tracking the target like this in order to get the kills, it's probably really bad. I have bad technique because this is how I did Pasu for like 100 hours. So it's really hard for me to break this. It's way better if you start early not doing that. The goal is to flick and then to adjust onto it. Kind of like that, if I could ever do it. My technique is really, really bad for dynamic clicking. It's why it's my weakest area in aim, at least. Yeah, kind of like that. And obviously Tens he predicts the target's location, and this is kind of like crosshair placement training. I think it was, I don't remember who, one of the Optic players released a guide on, and he in that guide had a scenario very similar to this, where there were bigger balls going faster, like all across the screen. And if you want, you can spend a couple tries doing this, where you just have your crosshair still, and you're trying to like hit him as if like practicing holding angles, kind of. But the overall objective of this scenario is to, like, not is to like actually hit the target, like flick to it and whatnot. Sorry if I suck. I like barely warmed up this morning. What are we working on now? Shooting before we're sure we are on the target. Okay, so this will be the first scenario in the playlist because it will be 106 targets, Rasp Novice. How big are these dots? Oh, no, I don't want Rasp. Hold on. I want VBR. I always get them mixed up. VBR. Okay, so as you can see, the dot is wiggling, which you may not think is an issue, but as you can see, it goes away from your crosshair. So the objective is flick to it. Maybe don't flick that far, but flick to the target, adjust onto the target. Make sure you're on the target, like you can see the color in your gap, then click. That's kind of the goal of it. I don't normally train static on the sensitivities, so I'm sorry if I suck. Here, I could do this better. Hold on 1 second, everybody. And what I would recommend, Stickman, if you really want to get good at it, if your gun reloads, like if it goes down to 0 and it starts reloading, restart the scenario. That'll be your scenario for making sure you're on target. Okay. Shooting before we were sure on target. Go ahead and get rid of that. Same color crosshair, practice better gun control. I can link you a video to this, or you can just look up gun hygiene on YouTube. And it's some guy that he's got like a banana profile picture or whatever. He shows you how to do it for practice spot. It's spraying close spots, how to tap fire, how to burst fire at different ranges, and on every gun. It's good learning material. I'd recommend looking at it. Focus on clearing angles properly in DM. You should know what I mean. Just fix this. Focus on this issue. Like, whenever you're deathmatching, you should always have a goal. You shouldn't just go in there blindly. Make this the goal, to focus on clearing angles properly. Whenever you cannot hear the angle, hold wide. This is just a general tip. Remember this. I forget it all the time. Adjusting onto strafing targets. Ah, yes. Let's go back to my playlist really fast. Cancel, save. Adjusting onto strafing targets. Yeah, okay. So, doot. Multi-peak ascent. You want to do the hard one first, and then the easy one. Just like that. Okay. Adjusting on the strafing targets. This will be, at least for me, this is the hardest scenario I can play. Like, it is probably the worst scenario for me. My scores are horribly low on it. Keep in mind, like it's really bad. Bad at aiming at close, fast targets. There's a scenario with that in the name. Close, fast strafes. This is what I train. I want you train. Well, I have. We might want to have you on easy at first. Hold on. How easy is easy? Oh, my sense is too low for this. Easy is too easy. Let's put you on just close, fast strafes. It'll get you used to snapping onto the target, which is the objective. So close, fast strafes. Where is your playlist again? There it is. Okay. Needs to work on movement and gunfights, AD spam and sidestepping. This is just like counter strafing essentially, making sure you're not standing still like ever. That's the objective here. So now let's organize it. The goal is to have like a 20-minute long playlist. We will put VBR at the top. This should be the intro scenario, and then we'll do this. That's 6 minutes. Close, fast strafes, move them up. Actually, we'll put Pasu next. Pasu before that. Yeah. $15-minute playlist is good, right? This should be fine for him. Yeah, okay, let me show you what this scenario looks like. Looks like me sucking horribly at it. That's what it looks like. But it is essentially training to hit a target that strafes, crouches, goes behind cover. You can step forward, but movement is not recommended in this scenario. And as you can see, I'm horrible at this. My high scores, that was back in my prime, man. That was like 300 hours of Kovacs ago, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so pretty difficult scenario. This one's harder, obviously. You start with the hard one, so the easy one feels easier. Easier. Ugh. 15-minute long playlist. Shouldn't be that hard to do every day before you play. You play a lot of matches. You could also make a warm-up version of this if you take him and you get rid of like the harder version and you just put them all at one and you can just run through that before each game. That could be an interesting harder version. We're gonna upload playlist to server. You gotta watch the stream to understand it, Stickman. Just putting that out there. And hold on. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that's the idea. We have 932 hours in Kovacs. It didn't give me good aim, but it gave me a lot of knowledge. Knowledge that I can share, and I'm happy to share it. It taught me, essentially, it taught me what scenarios are good and which ones are bad. What does what you should be training for what game, what works, essentially. It didn't teach me how to have good aim, or it did teach me how to have good aim. I just don't have good aim. 932 hours later, I can tell you how to have good aim, but I don't have it myself. So, thank you guys for watching. It was a very brief live stream. How long have we been live for, actually? 29 minutes. That's about exactly what I wanted from this live stream. I wanted a 30-minute long live stream for this. I will send this playlist over to Stickman, tell him to watch the VOD. It's a brief 30-minute long video, you know? He can just skip to the end, or you can watch the whole thing through. I don't care. Up to him. probably be back again tomorrow. I'm trying to stream every day. I gotta learn how to play